I can't believe like how much money I lost overnight. I'm just in a phase of life where I'm not very motivated. I'm like sick about this. I'm like sick to my stomach.
I had a feeling you'd come back and save me.
Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the vlog. Just a random Wednesday. So I guess this is just gonna be a few days in my life. Definitely not a full work week. I might even vlog into the weekend because this weekend, the weather is going to be amazing. I'm so freaking excited. So I haven't decided yet what this vlog is gonna be, but I really just wanted to start and show you guys. Look right here. I finally got my engagement ring, which, guys, just don't even, the reason I'm like being all weird, don't look at my hands. These nails are disgusting. I removed my pink nail polish. That painting my nails never works out. I painted them and within an hour there were problems like chipping and smudging. Like, it's just not good. So my nails are disgusting. Don't pay attention. But I am so freaking excited that I finally have my engagement ring. If you guys remember, Zach actually proposed with a temporary ring. I mean, it's exactly the same thing. It's just the size wasn't right because he didn't know my size, even though he did know my size, he just forgot. But no, honestly, this almost like made the anticipation so much better. I have not felt like I have been engaged these past few months. He proposed on Christmas Eve. It's like an adjustment. I'm not the type of person who always has like a ring on my finger. Like, I'll put my rings on for specific things, but like to have it on my finger at all times. And I've kind of felt like a fraud these past couple of months. Like, if I go out to the bar with my friends and I wasn't able to wear a ring because it was too big, I almost felt like I was lying. Like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to pull a fast one on people and be a single gal, but no, my ring just didn't fit. So I'm super hyped that finally I'm engaged. I'm off the market, guys. Off the market. Not that anyone wanted to know or cared. Question for you ladies who are already engaged though. Do you wear your ring everywhere or do you take it off? Like, I don't know what the protocol is for this because I've just been keeping it on. Taking it off every single time you take it off, there's a risk that it's gonna get lost, especially with me. I'm like the worst at things like that. So do you shower in it? Do you work out in it? Like, I don't know. This is a whole new lifestyle. Like, I'm leaning toward I'd love just to be able to keep it on for everything. I love that, but I don't know. And by the way, for anyone who is maybe gonna get engaged soon, or you're even just single and thinking what you want your future ring to look like, try them on. Biggest tip, because I was so obsessed with princess cut and the cushion cut specifically, which is like with the rounded corners, a square with rounded corners. Tried it on, no. And I actually got a tip from a jeweler that cushion cuts look small. They look smaller than you'd think. And especially with our price range, I wasn't searching for like a 3-carat diamond, not even a 2-carat diamond. So it would have looked very tiny. Ovals, the one I went with, here we go, if it focuses, they naturally just look bigger than they are. Just, it's elongated. I think this is a 1.4 carat also. That's my foundation, hello. But they look a little bit bigger, which is nice, especially if like you're balling on a budget, like we obviously are. I'm not sure, like we've never ever wanted to like spend a great amount on a ring. It just didn't make sense for us. Zach spent a little more than we talked about, definitely a lot more, but I'm happy. You already know the moment of truth. It's hair flipping time where we see what we're working with. Ready? This could go very south, very fast. Let us see. All right, that's not awful. I always tell you guys, this is the first day I'm curling my hair of the week and it's not dirty enough for things to stick, but I think this is fine. Give it a little spritz, and when I say a little, we are going hard. Also, whenever I get ready, I listen to a podcast right now. I am listening to, I don't even know what this is. It is What a Mouthful. I don't know this actual podcast, but I do know that she is interviewing Sarah's Day, which is a YouTuber I really like. She's like a fitness YouTuber / she suddenly had a child a few years ago, so she turned into a mom influencer as well. It wasn't a planned pregnancy, but she was with her boyfriend Kurt for so many years, and I just like aspire to be her. Like, if you watch her videos, you'll see like they're nothing like mine, but her level of editing and just like putting the video together, lighting, production, like they're vlogs, but they're just so freaking good. It's amazing. And the podcast I'm listening to right now, it's all about money and just like how she saves and she makes a lot of money. But it's really interesting because she talked about having kind of like a similar mindset to me of always wanting to save a lot of money, not going out for a coffee every day, maybe instead doing a coffee a week. And I always think that how much money you spend every single day impacts your life. And what I mean by that is that sweater that you bought in 11th grade of high school for $20, well, guess what? If you didn't buy that sweater, that'd be $20 more in your bank account right now. Like, it all matters. It all adds up. Pennies turn to dollars. Like, every single purchase matters. And also the advantages we have in life. For example, my parents, like, I'm lucky enough where they paid for my college. I didn't have to worry about student loans. That's not me being like, oh my gosh, like, I'm just so good, like, at saving. Like, no, that was a huge advantage that I had. Like, and it's important to talk about the advantages you have, but also, like, I had so many friends who didn't have to buy a car when they were younger, like their first car. A lot of people had their first car given to them. I did not. So if I had been given a first car, that's $12,000 extra dollars in my bank account. My old car, Gary, cost me $12,000. And like, that's money I would have today. So like, it just, like, I don't know. I just always think like all of the purchases you made, even just years ago, like, it all matters today. Anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I'm gonna get out of this robe reluctantly. I am obsessed with this. I seriously loving it. It's from Land's End. Best purchase of my life. Unfortunately, I've got the uniform on this morning. That hasn't changed. I haven't been able to put my parka back in the closet. So we've got this, the turtleneck, the leggings, the wool socks, the Sperry's. It is 37 degrees this morning, to be precise, and it absolutely sucks. Although I do have to say, every single April, at least here in Ohio, everyone's like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe it's still cold. Like, this is insane. But we do that every April. So clearly April's just not a warm month. Like, it snowed yesterday, which was awful, but it didn't stick. But we like, I don't know, like, we act surprised every year, but that's what happens every year. So don't you guys love how like peaceful and quiet the mornings are? Although, okay, I get so many comments. Let's go back to the mirror. I get so many comments from people who are like, you're so loud in the morning, like, you're screaming, you're gonna wake Zach and everyone up. Guys, he has never once complained. He can't hear me. We have like a little noise machine going on in there. So we're fine. We're all gonna be good. He's a peaceful angel. And actually, okay, one thing I do when I wake up, I blast the heat because I'm freezing. And then before I leave, I like turn it down so that Zach doesn't die in there. Okay. No, that's a little dramatic. Okay. I just made a bold move, guys. Maybe even a little too bold. I just emailed my producers and asked if they could remove the video portion of my hits, meaning you guys know how it starts out with me, I'm talking, and then it goes to video that I'm talking over. And that allows reporters to look at their notes, read if they want to read from a script. Just, you know, you're not on camera, so it's like a lot less intimidating, a lot less pressure. But for this particular story, I just think it's going to work better if I can like actually show people, because I am here on Clifton Avenue in Cincinnati, right by the University of Cincinnati, and a woman over the weekend flipped her bike on the bike lane because it just abruptly ended with a parking curb that she didn't see. So the city was out here trying to, you know, make a fix, because it was very dangerous. Like, I didn't know that this was how the bike lane ended. I've never been on the Clifton Avenue bike lane, but looking at it now, it's like, yeah, that probably wasn't a great way to end it. And there are posts that they installed hours after this happened, but they were not there when she flipped her bike. So it was nothing but the parking curb. That's my story this morning. And also, the guy I interviewed, he gave me this book, which is what the city referred to when they were creating the bike lane, because a lot of people were asking, like, who created this? And I thought I was going to use it as a prop, but now looking at it, and when I was writing my scripts yesterday, there's just no way to put it in there seamlessly. Like, if I were to put this in there, it doesn't add to the story. It really doesn't. And with props, you guys know I love my props. They always should add to the story in some way, or at least they shouldn't take away from it. You shouldn't spend 15 seconds showing a prop that it just, like me saying, this is what they used to design it. Like, so what? Like, are you going to tell us anything else about it? And I don't know much else about it. Like, I know they used it, but I think I'm going to make the call to not use my prop, which is very disappointing, but this live shot's going to be very interactive anyway. So let's see how this goes. Going straight live is always interesting. Things can go wrong very easily. Catherine, when this bike lane opened last year, it was a big deal. City officials said it would make getting around easier and safer, but what a lot of people are concerned about is how it ends. Check this out. It ends with a parking curb, and this right here, you see these white posts? they weren't here last weekend when a woman ended up flipping over the curb and crashing her bike. She said she simply didn't see that curb, and a lot of people want the city to make changes. So within a matter of hours, the Department of Transportation and Engineering was out here with this temporary fix. They said they ultimately want to increase visibility, but they also have an idea for a more permanent solution. So if you walk with me this way, this is the corner of Martin Luther King Drive and Clifton Avenue, and this right here is what's called a slip lane. It allows drivers to make a right turn without coming to a complete stop. But when I spoke with Matt Butler of the DeVue Good Foundation, he said that's incredibly dangerous. Cars can kind of just fly through it. So ultimately, they actually want to get rid of that slip lane. They want to get rid of that and then extend the bike lane so that people don't have to come to that abrupt stop. As you can imagine, it's going to cost a lot of money, probably millions of dollars, and it's going to take years. For now, though, they just want to come up with that temporary fix to make sure more people don't get hurt. Take a listen.
Yeah, I think that we could improve visibility here.
We've got some bad news, guys. His bags are packed and he's leaving.
Going for good.
No, he's going on a little work trip, his first work trip to Dallas. What are you, I mean, in one sentence? Because I don't know what
I love how it's like, you never explained it correctly. I'll give it to you in one sentence or under. 3 words, what do you do? That's absurd.
Okay, I'm sorry, but...
Well, it's just I'm just going to say it's work training. There you go.
Okay, work training, that's great, Zach.
Now go blabble for 20 minutes about nonsense.
Zach, sometimes my eyes glaze over when people over-explain.
Yeah, like your whole channel?
Ew, he just licks it from the jar. People ask why we don't like share food. This is why. He'll drink milk right out of the carton. He'll lick yogurt out of the jar.
You don't eat this, so it doesn't...
Yeah, but maybe I would if you weren't licking everything.
I'm so happy to have you back this morning.
I know. Also, Zach got so upset because I ate all of his grapes. So when he went to the gym 2 nights ago, I had to get him, like, first of all, I obviously got him grapes, but then I got him like a peace offering.
Yeah,
this is
thanks
where
for the gift.
Zach's leaving and we're on great terms in our relationship. Like, couldn't be better.
So sad I'm going to be leaving.
And this is his new breakfast of choice. He does the yogurt, the blueberries, and then put the granola on. Yum. I just stopped at the station for a shoot, working on a story for tomorrow, and then I checked my mail. And can I just say, one thing I so admire about the generation before mine and even the one before that is handwritten letters. I can't tell you how many times I get like thank you letters of stories I've done from, like, not to sound weird, but just like older people who, like, I just feel like in my generation, sending a handwritten letter is just foreign. Like, I cannot believe people take the time to buy the card, to like mail it, to write it. Like, what? Like, for me, it's like I send people a text or I shoot them an email, and in my head I'm like, wow, I just went above and beyond. I just finished writing, I just sent myself an email. As you can see, I just finished writing my scripts for tomorrow, and now I have to do something that I dread so much that I really shouldn't. I have to write my web script, and I don't know why, but it's just like after writing all of my broadcast scripts, there is something about writing the web script that just irks me. And not irks me, but it's just like, oh, this is the last thing I want to do. Sorry, my laptop's dirty. I'm gross. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's so easy. Seriously, it takes like 6 minutes, but just putting all this together then in like a totally different format, because that's the thing I think a lot of people don't realize. Writing for print or the web is so different than writing for broadcast, which was kind of funny in college because I was taking both print and broadcast classes. So I'd go to my print classes where they're telling you one thing, and then my broadcast classes where they're telling you another. Basically in broadcast, you write in very short sentences, kind of like on like a 5th grade level. You want to speak like a normal person. You don't want to sound pretentious. Not that I try to sound pretentious in my web scripts or anything, but it's totally different. And I don't know if you guys know this, I was so freaking close to being a print news reporter. Like, I just didn't think being a broadcast journalist or a reporter, like a TV reporter, was possible for me. It just seems so like far-fetched. Like, what? Like being on TV? And it was not until my senior year of college that I was like, okay, let's do this. Because I got really good advice from actually the publisher of a magazine. I don't even know if it's around anymore. It's More Magazine. I was invited to this little event with her. I said I didn't know if I wanted to do print or broadcast, and she being in the print industry, actually told me, like, you should pursue broadcast because those are specific skills that you need to learn, whereas you can always just go back into print. Like, it's not as you don't need to learn how to work a camera or that type of thing. And I'm so appreciative of that advice. Like, I was like, wow, thank you. I remember telling her, I'm like, you just answered my prayers. Thank you. I wish I knew her name. I really have no idea. I am finally done with work, and at this point, I know what I should be doing. I should be going over to my cabinet, taking out my bread, which, by the way, this stuff is actually really freaking good. What is it? It's just, I don't know, it's like these large slices. Simple Truth Organic whole grain bread. So I do like it, but it's just not in the cards for us today. It's really just not, because my heart is telling me something else, and sometimes you just have to follow your heart. Yep, this is happening. If you know, you know. I talked about it a couple of vlogs ago, but my newest obsession is Mod Pizza salads. Like, I have been searching for a good salad spot in Cincinnati for forever. Oh, I just made such a mess. But like, I have not been able to find one. In New York, where I'm from, on Long Island, there are so many good places. Like, the grilled chicken is hot, right off the grill. It's so freaking good, and it's just hard in Ohio. But I will say, the Mod Pizza salad, the chicken sucks. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell. Like, it's just these little pieces of cold chicken, and they give you like 2 pieces. But the reason I tolerate it is because it's less than $10. So I'm like, all right, for less than $10, whatever, this is what I'm getting. And there's so much. Like, I have roasted broccoli in here, roasted red peppers, tomatoes, croutons, corn, romaine lettuce, cucumber. Like, I don't know. This has just been hitting the spot lately for me, and I'm very happy I found it. I have awoken from my nap, and it is quiet out here. A little too quiet because Zach is gone. He actually just landed in Dallas, so this is the Clancy quarters for the next couple of days. I'm gonna fold a load of laundry, get some work done, but yeah, whenever Zach goes away, it's so weird, and what's even weirder is how much I have seamlessly adapted to living with another person. Like, I wasn't sure, and I was so hesitant. Like, we had to decide if we were gonna move in together less than a year after we started dating, just because I was living in Dayton, he was living in Cincinnati, and I was moving here. And I just was like, wow, this could go horribly wrong. But I just love it. Like, I just feel like every night I wake up, because I do my little nap, which, not a little nap. Oh my gosh, guys, can I show you my sleep report from today? I slept for 4 hours and 5 minutes. I mean, that's not a little nap at all. I feel like my naps have just become like my main stretch of sleep lately, from 1:23 to 5:29. That's crazy. But yeah, no, I wake up, and then, like, I don't know, I just feel like we're like just cracking up all night. Like, it's so much fun living with another person, or at least someone you like, obviously. And then normally we both go to the gym. I totally passed on that tonight. This is not a rest day for me. I am just rebelling. I don't know, like, just staying home sounded so much better. I just didn't want to do it. And that's how I felt a lot lately, and it hasn't been good. And I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm just in a phase of life where I'm not very motivated. I'm hoping when the weather is nice and I can do my outdoor runs, I'm gonna feel a lot more motivated. But just like the idea of hopping on a treadmill tonight, or even hopping on the bike, it's just, nope, that's just really not in the cards for me personally. It's 10 o'clock on the dot, and this is like the earliest I have gotten into bed in months. Like, I never get in bed this early, but Zach's not here, so I don't have anyone to, like, have fun with. So I'm like, all right, I might as well get into bed. I'm not going to bed right now. I have my Kindle, and I'm actually about to read. I'll show you guys. I just got this book. I got off the wait list with my library. Not this one. This is just like the advertisement. It's Julia Hart's book. If you guys know her, she is a woman who left the Orthodox Jewish community. She's very controversial. I don't really know much about her, which is why I'm about to read the book. And what I love so much about the Kindle is I can actually turn off this light and just like read with the lights off. Like, I don't know. It's just like a nice ambiance. And no, this does not hurt my eyes at all. So the weather kind of sucks this morning. It's just been pouring, but I want you guys to take a look. Eyes on the prize this weekend. You see this, Saturday and Sunday, 83 and 82 degrees. This is insane. Like, I could cry. I'm already trying to map out what I'm doing this weekend. Like, there's just too many possibilities. And then we just like trend downward. And I know you guys are probably looking at like the highs, but as the morning reporter, I'm just looking at the lows, because that's what I experienced during my shift. So we're dropping into the 30s again. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Spring is such a freaking tease. And being in the wedding planning process, I don't know how anyone would pick an early spring wedding. Like, you don't know what you're gonna get. You get snow, you get this rain, cold, like, you have no idea. I don't know why people do it. Well, I just potentially lost thousands of dollars and I want to cry. This is awful. I have just been sitting here in front of my laptop on my lunch break trying to get this all solved. My lunch break is about to end. I feel like I'm going to throw up. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me back up a bit. So obviously you guys know for my job, I pay 2 different taxes. I pay my taxes with Local 12, my news reporting job, but then I also pay a lot of taxes for YouTube. And it's not because YouTubers get taxed a crazy amount, even though when you are self-employed, you do get taxed a little bit higher, but it's just that the taxes don't come out of every single paycheck. Each and every month, I get paid monthly, they come out all at the end. So it's like this crazy amount. You never want to pay it, but you do, and it sucks. Well, the only thing worse than paying that big chunk of money I did is the fact that I paid it twice. I accidentally paid my taxes twice. And the guy's like, I can't even begin to explain how much money came out of my bank account. I was just about to do my last live shot of the morning, and I checked my bank account for like unknown reasons. Sometimes I just randomly, I'm like, let's just see what's going on in the account. And I noticed something I've never seen in my entire life where, okay, you have your savings account, which is your big pot of money normally, and then your checking account, or at least for me, I usually only have a few thousand in it, like 2,000 or 3,000. But I did put like a bigger amount in it because I knew the IRS was going to be taking out my taxes any day now. And all of a sudden I see negative $3,000, aka like the IRS took out more money than I even had in my checking account. And I've never seen negative. Like I've never gone into negative. I bet this is going to impact my credit score or something like that. I didn't have the funds that they needed to take out. So I quickly like clicked it and was like, what the heck? And I just saw the giant number that I already had to pay in taxes taken out twice. So somehow I paid my taxes twice, and I was having complications with it. I thought I gave my accountant like my wrong bank account information. It looked wrong, and then I went in there and I paid it again, and like basically just something happened where I paid my taxes twice, and I can't believe like how much money I lost overnight. I know it's obviously vague because I'm not telling you the amount, but like let's just say this is a very big number, and I just feel so stressed. Like it just feels so out of my control. I called Chase and they said something about like I can dispute a claim. It's gonna take weeks. It's like this whole thing. The IRS isn't open yet. I'm gonna try calling them. Like I Googled it, by the way. Some people commented on Reddit that this happened to them and the IRS didn't give them their money back. They were like, oh, like they did this whole excuse. Like I'm so confused and like scared, and like I don't know, the idea of like losing all that money just makes me want to cry. Like even like losing a $20 bill. You guys know how I am with money. Like I'm so frugal. Like losing $20, I could throw up. Losing the amount of money that I just lost, I'm like sick about this. I'm like sick to my stomach. I just like, I feel like I've not been adulting well lately. Like, you know, just like all those like adulting things that you have to do, and like getting your oil changed. I'm overdue by like 400 miles on that, and I know that's awful. Trust me, I know it. But every time I pull up to get my oil changed at the place I go, there are like 4 cars there, and each car takes like 12 minutes, and I'll be waiting there for over an hour, and I'm just making excuses. But yeah, so anyway, I'm just like in like a manic mode right now. Please excuse me. I am just turning on this camera very raw and real. I've not had time to even like absorb what is happening. The IRS is opening in 4 minutes, so I'm about to call them. But at the same time, my lunch break is over in 12 minutes, so Well, on another less heartbreaking note, I get a lot of questions asking how much water I add to my chocolate oatmeal, because I guess sometimes people might be a little confused with like the consistency. It might not be how they like it. And here's the thing, I don't measure my water. I really couldn't tell you. I just eyeball it, but I just want to show you. This is what it should look like right when you mix it all in. See, it's very watery and does not look good, but 30 minutes later, this is what the consistency should look like. So yeah, oh my gosh, even getting my spoon out, it's like hard because it's like, it hardened. So you want it to be a lot more like mushy and watery than you think because it absorbs all the water, and I need this to cheer me up. So this is my medicine this morning. All right, an update on the tax situation. I'm gonna be taking my makeup off. I contacted my accountant. Apparently we both accidentally paid. So she paid for me and then I paid for me, and she apologized. I'm like, listen, this is all my fault. 100% my fault. Like, I'm just so freaking stupid. She said I need to get in contact with the IRS. Called the IRS so many times, and each time you call, you have to go through a million buttons. Like, click 1 if this is your issue, and then you, like, it takes so long for each thing. Then click this, then enter your social security number. And every single time it said, the IRS is too busy right now. Please call again later. So I don't know. I don't know, but I do know that I need to like burn off this this angst. And so here we are. I do not like going to the gym before my nap. It's just not a desire of mine. I'm so freaking tired, but I don't trust myself to get to the gym after my nap, because once I wake up, oh, I am like not about going to the gym at all. So yeah, I have to get it done. I have to do it now. And by the way, I've like tried in my head to use the excuse like, oh, like just going to the gym after waking up from my nap, like that's just way too hard. Like, how do you expect me to do that? People wake up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym every day, okay? It's the same. It's like, no, there are no excuses. So anyway, we're going to the gym. We're doing it. I'm sorry you're witnessing me in like such an awful mood, but we're just keeping it real, guys. We always keep it real. I came to the bike room because I don't know what it is about indoor spinning, but it makes me sweat so freaking much. And I feel like I just need to sweat it out. So I'm just going to be reading on my Kindle. This is like my new favorite thing to read and bike. Like I could still work just as hard while reading. Like it doesn't take anything away from it. And I'm gonna squeak out 10 miles. There's sweat that's literally dripping down my face right now, but I'm about to reach a record where I'm gonna hit 10 miles in less than 36 minutes. At about 35, come on, we're almost there. I'm dying. Yes! That felt freaking good. Oh my gosh. My post-workout lunch is super simple but super yummy. This is like my tried and true go-to avocado toast and grilled chicken. So super hungry. Gonna eat this, then sleep for like hopefully forever. Okay, wait, to clarify, I didn't mean that in a morbid way, as in I want to die. That's what that sounded like. I just meant I'm really tired and I just want to sleep a lot. Okay. I've awoken from my slumber. I slept for about 3 hours, just wrote a little in my journal. Now I'm watching some YouTube videos, and there are so many freaking videos about Coachella. Who is this? Sarah Bell. I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of just been like fast forwarding through the Coachella videos because it's just not really my thing. I'm not into that kind of like music or anything like that. I've also edited this video up until this point, and I totally forgot about the fact that in the very beginning of this vlog, I was preaching about money advice, talking all about money, and then obviously the thing happened with the IRS, which by the way, woke up from my nap, tried the IRS again. Nope, not getting through. Like they open at 7 a.m., but I'm working at 7. Like I can't call them right when they open, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. But yeah, I considered deleting that whole money talk in the beginning of the vlog because it's just stupid coming from an idiot like me. But whatever, I'll keep it in. I still think the points I made are valid. I'm still trying to save money. I just am not always the brightest. What is the brightest tool in the shed, or the sharpest tool in the shed? Or the brightest light bulb, whatever it is. I don't know. As you can tell, I am tired. By the end of the week, I just get so unbelievably tired. Zach comes home tomorrow night really late, so I won't see him till Saturday morning unless like I wake up when he comes home. I think he's gonna probably come home like somewhere around 12:30 a.m. I did want to say that book I'm reading right now called Brazen by Julia Hart is so freaking good. Love her or hate her. It's just interesting. And I know I do have a lot of Orthodox Jewish subscribers. I don't mean to be offensive at all by reading something by her, because basically, I mean, she pretty much does not have nice things to say about the Orthodox Jewish community. I just find it interesting reading about different people's experiences. I've shown it before. On my bookcase, I have books written by absolutely everyone under the sun. Staunch Republicans, Democrats, people in the middle. Like, I read everyone. I just want to hear everyone. So yeah, I definitely don't want to be offensive with that, and I want to be very mindful. But so far it really is interesting. And then you guys know I've been keeping track of all of the books I've read so far this year on my Instagram story highlight labeled books, so you can go there for full reviews. When I'm done with this, I'll leave that review. But one thing I also want to mention, guys, you have to read the book Believe Me by Yolanda Hadid. A lot of you probably know her. She was on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and then suddenly she was diagnosed with Lyme's disease while she was on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Oh my goodness, it was so interesting. Did I say Lyme's disease? I think it's Lyme disease. I don't know why I just added an S to that. But yeah, I put my little review on my books highlight there, so you can go in depth with that. But read it. Like, it was so interesting, and it's just so sad what she went through and what so many people go through when you have some sort of illness that isn't really talked about. So yeah, anyway, those are my 2 recs for right now, but I think I'm actually gonna end this vlog here. and start a new vlog tomorrow going into the weekend, just because I feel like we need a fresh start, guys. This vlog really took a turn that I was not expecting, and it's been a little bit negative, but my next vlog is gonna be good. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
All the way from Long Island, now happy in Ohio. She has the most amazing chocolate oatmeal recipe I know. Hey, that's Clancy Burke. Yeah, you heard it here first. Up and at 'em at 2 in the morning for the Cincinnati News reporting. Behind the scenes from work, here's Clancy Burke.